His Excellency Mr. Chow Wei, the Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the 8th Secretary General of the United Nations, Excellencies, Ambassadors present, distinguished guests, my colleagues from the United Nations family, ladies and gentlemen, 80 years ago from the ashes of a broken world, a choice was made. Not in the triumphant roar of victory, but in its very sobering silence. A choice forged not from certainty, but from a desperate and defiant hope. That hope was etched into history with the simple but revolutionary words as cited by the 8th UN Secretary General. We, the people of the United Nations. The 8th Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, is not just a statement of this vision, he's a living testament. Born as the idea of the UN took root, his life was intertwined with the United Nations. As a child, he fled his war-torn home, a refugee on a dusty road, until the hand of the United Nations reached out and saved him. That single act of rescue planted a seed, a vow to repay that aid with a lifetime of public service. Today, we do not merely commemorate an anniversary. We gather in the enduring light and the lengthening shadow of that very promise. The promise that once saved a boy named Ban Ki-moon. We are the inheritors of that courage. And so we must confront the essential question: what have we built upon their legacy? We have built bridges of dialogue where chasms of discord threatened. We have overseen an era of unprecedented human progress. And yet we find ourselves at another precipice of deadly and profound change. Our planet groans under the weight of our demands. A digital revolution rewrites our human connections, yet its benefits are not shared by all. And a creeping fog of mistrust threatens to erode the very cooperation that has been our anchor for the past 8 decades. As Secretary General Antonio Guterres has warned, our organization has never been more essential and never been more tested. He calls for more political courage and shared resolve. That courage begins with unflinching honesty. Honesty that the table where every nation has a seat must be reinforced. That our tools for peace must be sharpened for the conflicts of today. That to serve the world of tomorrow, we must become more agile, more inclusive, and powered by a new trinity. The new trinity of partnership, of solidarity, and of science. This is not a distant aspiration. It is an urgent design. The recently adopted Pact for the Future is our blueprint, our commitment to bridge the digital abyss, to confront the climate emergency, and to forge global institutions that reflect the dynamic world of the 21st century and not the faded maps of 1945. And it is in this great endeavor that the partnership between the United Nations and the People's Republic of China stands as a cornerstone. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my greatest honor to serve the United Nations as the UN Resident Coordinator in my 3 decades of service in the United Nations. This has been the most challenging and the most gratifying I have ever had. When the UN established its presence here in these premises in 1979, China embarked on a transformation that would alter not only its own destiny, but the very trajectory of global progress. The result, a historic feat. Over 750 million people lifted from the depths of poverty, and the most rapid, largest scale rise in human history. A testament to what is possible when political will and action align. Today the partnership has matured into leadership. China is now a vanguard, a pioneer in renewable energy, an engine of South-South cooperation, and a vital architect of an equitable world through the initiatives, as mentioned by the Assistant Minister, the global governance, the global development, the global civilization initiatives, to name a few. These are not merely national strategies, they are global contributions, very much resonating with the foundational spirit of the UN Charter. As we look to the next chapter of our cooperation, we are committed to deepening this work, to building a China that is greener, more resilient, more prosperous, a success that benefits not one nation, but all nations. For our duty, as the Pact of the Future reminds us, does not end at the horizons of today's crisis. It extends to those who will inherit our world, to that young girl who will one day look back and ask, with rightful clarity, what we did when the moment demanded our courage. Let us imagine the world we are building for her. A planet pulsating with green energy, not choked by the fumes of the past. A global economy that measures wealth and sustainability, not by exploitation. A digital ribbon that connects humanity rather than fracturing it. And a multilateral system that gives voice to all of humanity and not just the most powerful. This is the horizon we must steer towards. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, 80 years on, the first words of the Charter still defines destiny. Yes, we the people, we the nations, we who are entrusted by this moment. If we stand together in solidarity, in trust, and in shared resolve, there is no challenge beyond our reach. The United Nations was born from humanity's determination to rise from the ruins. It must become the engine of renewal. Where the walls of differences lies, we must build gates of empathy. Where the shadows of suspicion fall, we must light the lanterns of compassion, revealing a familiar landscape of our shared humanity, forged in the same fires of hope and sorrow. Let us honor the past, not with nostalgia, but with action, worthy of its promise. Let us build a future equal to the courage of our founders, of boundless possibilities of our time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.